Dear Man, Mother Fiddle, I'm writing you to let you know that Papa Poo-Pee's tactics have turned more aggressive. Thus, my role is becoming more dangerous. Papa says that the hand-to-hand street sales are becoming stagnant, and he hints of the possibility that a turf war may be on the horizon. The weapons training you taught me as a child is becoming useful. Just the other day, Papa and I shot the knee out of a local high school football star. Papa says that this child, Jesse Yardley DuChampe, is the chosen one who can help us gain favor with the ever-important youth demographic, especially in the battleground states of Ohio and Wisconsin. I'll be sure to let you know of future developments. A new day is dawning. I can smell it.
Dear Man, Mother Fiddle, that's me. Just the other day, Papa Poo-Pee dropped by to give me a ride in his slick brown limousine, and you would be tickled to know who he had as his guest. It was none other than the former high school football sensation, Jesse Yardley DuChampe, the kid I was telling you about in my last letter. Apparently, he said he took one of your culinary courses at Doodle Mountain. Hey, that's me. I teach at Doodle Mountain. It seems Papa Poo-Pee's foresight in drafting JYD to market JENKEM is beginning to pay off, as I believed he signed more than a dozen autographs in the short time that it took me to step inside the car. JYD proceeded to tell me that he had just finished doing an interview with ESPN. I've attached the link to the episode here. I think that you will enjoy it. A new day is dawning. I can smell it. Your child, GELLOCHIO. Let's take a look at this.
He was a talent of which the nation had never seen the likes. He was the only son of a pop culture idol. He was a supersized fullback with blistering speed. Then, it all came crashing down. Tonight on ESPN's 30 for 30, the story of Jesse DuChampe, the greatest football player who never played the college game. His tragic collapse and his unlikely ascension as a hip-hop icon and the finest JENKEM cook this side of the Milky Way. I'm Jeremy Scrap, and this is All Jenked Up, the fall and rise of the JENK YARD DAWG.
The freeloaders always come back, and boy, I was as hot a worker as I'd ever seen.
As a little child, I remember eating greens, running through the fields, putting grass stains on my jeans in the town of Louisiana, north of New Orleans, and my daddy died when I was 3.
After a long struggle with progressive multifocal dementia and degenerative skin cancer, Jesse's father, the well-known reality television star and renegade angel, Xavier, finally passed away at age 88, leaving behind his 3-year-old son and a lot of questions. Jesse's mother became increasingly reclusive, and Jesse had to take over everyday household duties, such as grocery shopping and cooking meals. As life's pressures began to boil over like sweet, buttery bubbles of JENKEM batter, Jesse found a constructive way to vent his frustrations, and he tried out for his hometown football team, the La Tourine Loggers.
I remember it was June and the sun was hot. I'd never played the sport before, but I gave it a shot. I came to practice wearing brand new white Nike, yeah. The other players all laughed and the coaches stared, and I got cut.
The young Jesse Yardley DuChampe turned that first rejection into a challenge, and he began hitting the weights as hard as he hit the textbooks and the cookbooks. While part-timing as a line cook in a local Cajun restaurant, JYD hit a second growth spurt and reached the unlikely size of 6'6" as a sophomore in high school. He had already scored a 36 on his ACT and was bench pressing reps of 525. In the summer, the head coach of the Loggers gave him another look.
I wasn't trying to win a popularity poll. I was trying to win football games. I don't like nice people. I like tough, honest people. Sure, I regret pinching them off as a freshman, but the great Loggers always come back. And when he came back, boy, he came ready.
They would give me the ball on 1st and 10. On 2nd and 1, they would do it again. And if I hadn't scored by then, they'd feed me one more time. If I told you I was trying, man, I'd be lying. I was playing against children, like batting their flies. They would soil themselves when they look in my eyes. Maybe it was just foreshadowing my future career, but when I'd smell them soiled football pants and hear the crowd cheer, I'd get a rush like Neil Armstrong, first man on the moon, or Galileo, who uncovered proof of Jupiter's moons, or Johnny Keats, who wrote about discoveries like these. But I lead he, that's digression Chinese.
As a junior, despite being rated as the #1 prospect in the state, Jesse decided to forego his eligibility in football in order to pursue his becoming an Eagle Scout, something his deceased father had been. While his team was wrapping up an 0-10 season, Jesse was completing his community service hours by volunteering at a soup kitchen, where he would spend his downtime cleaning out deep fryers and toilet bowls.
I tell you what, Dang, that boy was the harder worker I'd ever seen. He'd come in early and scrub them toilets, and he'd stay late and make sure they was sparkling all night. He had an eye for spice, too. Don't know where he'd get them. He'd come up with some old family recipes, and they looked so good on paper, I just had to give him a try.
Yeah, I knew Jesse. He's always a good boy. I knew his mama, too. She made that boy do everything after his daddy died. It might have been a little unfair, but that boy never complained. No, sir. He just worked harder and harder and harder and harder and harder.
I learned a lot at that place about the use of spice, how to mix solids and liquids to make it nice, how to clean a bowl and scrub the spoon free of goo. Oh yeah, I learned about the kitchen too. But my teammates needed me for my senior year. Without the JYD, there wasn't no leader there. So I strapped up the laces and I put the helmet back on. But on the first play of the season, something went wrong.
Come on, get on your feet, everybody. It's JYD time, get up!
As Jesse took the ball at his own 3-yard line, a shot rang out in the muggy August night.
And they give the ball to DuChampe, and he takes it and he cuts up the abilities into the yard. Oh my God!
Later, witnesses would variously report hearing 2 or even 3 shots that evening. But when the play on the field ended, the nation's greatest player lay in a bloody heap at the 20-yard line, gripping his knee. By the time Jesse Yard DuChampe arrived at the emergency room, he was clinging to life and his football career was over. Despite the number of witnesses at the sold-out game, no gunman was ever identified. The only piece of evidence is a grainy black and white Super 8 film clip that shows what appears to be a gunman and a man wearing some sort of green babushka-style hat loitering around the press box that night. However, no media members or assistant coaches recall seeing either person, including DuChampe's running back coach, Alfred Hayes III.
Yes, sir, I was there that night. I can't quite rightly recall if there was anything amiss. Part of me wants to say I remember someone with a green hat on or something. But my memory is hazy. But it does remember that there must have been a sewage leak in the high school, because that press box smelled like the inside of a brim full of porta potties. It was like someone had mixed up some doggy food with some sleep, like apple juice. Yeah, Smell like fermented green apple.
So what do you do when life throws you against the ropes? You can sulk about misfortune and give up all hope, or you could keep dreaming like a man, hearing Nightingale's song from the forest of a far-off land. And so I went and did my rehab, went through all the drills, but a higher calling beckoned me to mountainous hills. I put my thumb out, hitched a ride toward the San Francisco Bay, cause my inner eye heard a voice was calling me, say, come on down to the mountain, you know where I could. And that's all it took. Became a chef and wrote my recipes in a book, and soon the leader of the commune saw some talent in me, gave me a mic and challenged me to be whatever I'd be.
And the rest is history. Shortly after the release of his first single, Get My Cook On, featuring his protege, the incomparable Lil Ploop, JYD left the days of gridiron glory behind him and asserted himself as the preeminent hip-hop artist of his generation. And where is he now? When I caught up with him, he was boiling some handshake underneath a bridge near the Lincoln Tunnel. The more things change, the more they stay the same. For ESPN's 30 for 30, I'm Jeremy Scrapp. Thank ya.
Golly, that Jesse Yardley DuChampe is such an inspiration. His music reaches deep into my bowels and pulls at my soul. Well, looky here. My child GELLOCHIO is instant messaging me. He says,
I just got out of the recording studio with Jesse Yard DuChampe and the incomparable Lil Ploop. They are amazing artists. The tracks they drop in will hit the streets soon.
can I get an exclusive listen? Question mark.
Soon, Papa Poo-Pee has a secret plan to get the new record on the airwaves.
Well, I eagerly await with much anticipation.
Tonight, Papa Poo-Pee and I are going on a mission, or business meeting, at the network's headquarters, or HQ.
Whoa! The big time!
Yes, we will be locked and loaded.
Well, be safe, my child. Be sure to roll with your gun safety off. Personally, I break trigger locks off with a screwdriver. Nevertheless, make your man-mother proud. I'll see you down the road. Vaya con Dios. Period.